The Know-Nothing Party, formerly known as the American Party, was a nativist and anti-immigrant political movement that surged in the United States during the 1850s. Its rise came in response to increasing levels of immigration, particularly from Ireland and Germany, which were altering the social, religious, and political fabric of the nation. The party became known as the Know-Nothing Party due to its secretive practices. When members were questioned about their activities, they were instructed to respond with, "I know nothing." This secrecy and the party's nativist ideology contributed to its swift rise and influence, though it ultimately fell just as quickly. The roots of the Know-Nothing Party can be traced back to several factors prevalent in 19th century America. Between 1845 and 1854, over 3 million immigrants arrived in the United States, a large portion of whom were Irish Catholics fleeing the Great Irish Famine. For many native-born Protestant Americans, this influx of immigrants was unsettling, as they perceived Catholicism as a threat to American values and democratic institutions. The Irish, in particular, were stereotyped as poor, uneducated, and a drain on public resources, sparking resentment and suspicion. The Order of the Star-Spangled Banner, a secret fraternal organization, was established in 1849 and served as a foundation for what would eventually become the Know-Nothing Party. Members of this secretive organization pledged to protect America from the influence of immigrants, especially Catholics, whom they viewed as being more loyal to the Pope than to the U.S. government. The order also advocated for extending the residency period required for citizenship and limited the rights of immigrants to vote and hold public office. This secret society quickly gained popularity and transformed into a more organized political force, becoming the American Party by the early 1850s. The Know-Nothings promoted a strong anti-immigrant and anti-Catholic platform, with policies and beliefs that focused on restricting the rights and influence of immigrants in American society. Some of their main policies included: the Know-Nothings wanted to increase the waiting period for immigrants to gain U.S. citizenship from 5 years to 21 years. They believed that by delaying citizenship, they could limit immigrants' ability to influence politics and protect American jobs for native-born citizens. The party sought to prevent immigrants from holding public office, arguing that American-born citizens should have the exclusive right to govern. At the heart of the Know-Nothing ideology was a profound suspicion of Catholics, particularly Irish Catholics. The party believed that Catholics, due to their allegiance to the Pope, would be more loyal to the Vatican than to the U.S., and thus sought to diminish their political influence. This anti-Catholic sentiment led to widespread discrimination and violence against Catholic communities. The Know-Nothings supported legislation that would prioritize native-born Americans for jobs and limit opportunities for immigrants. This policy was partly driven by fears that immigrants would accept lower wages and undercut the labor market. The Know-Nothings called for the removal of foreign-born teachers from schools, and they sought to eliminate any foreign influence on educational and cultural institutions. The Know-Nothings initially organized in local communities, and their anti-immigrant and anti-Catholic rhetoric gained widespread appeal, especially in the northern United States, where many cities were grappling with the influx of European immigrants. By the mid-1850s, the Know-Nothings were well organized, and the American Party became a dominant force in several states, including Massachusetts, where it won significant victories in the 1854 elections. At the peak of its popularity, the Know-Nothing Party had garnered the support of tens of thousands of Americans who saw the party as a response to rapid social change, job competition, and the perceived threat to American culture. The American Party gained control of several state legislatures, elected dozens of representatives to Congress, and even took control of some major cities, making it one of the most influential political movements of the 1850s. One of the key factors contributing to the Know-Nothing Party's rapid decline was its inability to maintain unity on the issue of slavery, which was becoming the most polarizing topic in American politics. The party was split along sectional lines. Northern members leaned toward anti-slavery views, while Southern members generally supported slavery or were ambivalent on the issue. As the country moved closer to civil war, the slavery debate dominated political discourse, and the Know Nothing Party struggled to keep a unified stance. The party's official position on slavery was ambiguous, as its leaders attempted to keep the focus on immigration and anti-Catholicism. However, the issue of slavery could not be avoided, and as tensions escalated between the North and South, the Know Nothing Party found itself divided and unable to offer a cohesive vision. Many of its anti-slavery members defected to the newly formed Republican Party, which had a clear anti-slavery platform. By the late 1850s, the Know Nothing Party had lost much of its influence and was largely overshadowed by the Republican Party, which offered a more compelling vision for Americans opposed to slavery. Additionally, the Know Nothing's secretive practices and association with riots, violence, and xenophobia led to a public backlash, eroding their popularity. The American Party eventually faded from the political landscape, and by the end of the 1850s, it was no longer a significant force in American politics. However, the legacy of the Know Nothing Party left a lasting impact on American political culture. Its rise reflected a potent nativist sentiment that would reappear in various forms throughout American history, especially during periods of high immigration. The Know Nothing's anti-immigrant rhetoric and policies became a blueprint for future nativist movements, including the Immigration Restriction League in the late 19th century and anti-immigration political campaigns in the 20th and 21st centuries. The Know Nothing Party is often cited as an example of how fear and prejudice can shape political movements and public policy. Its rise also highlighted the deep divisions within American society over issues of identity, religion, and cultural integration, themes that remain relevant in contemporary political debates. In many ways, the Know Nothings laid the groundwork for future discussions on the relationship between immigration, national identity, and American values, leaving behind a complex legacy in the annals of U.S. history.